Hey, hi. Happy Monday. It's Meredith. I'm here with our message for the 20th of April, 2020. We will be using Lightseer's Tarot for our message today. And before we get started, I have a little bit of show and tell to share with you. So let's jump back in time very briefly to last week, where we had multiple messages about teaming up, collaborating with people, sharing some of our inspired ideas so that we could gain further enlightenment and bring some of these things to light. Also, we had multiple messages of tapping into the very rich field of manifestation that was on offer to us last week. So, with all that in mind, I teamed up and collaborated with a dear friend of mine, Janet, who is amazing as a graphic artist, and she creates rune symbols. And she's created a deck of rune symbols already and is working on another. And so we came up with one together last week. It's called Transmutation Generator, and its purpose is to upgrade, expand the frequency of love, or to bring something that feels less than into this field of expansion, to upgrade the energy of something that needs upgrading in your world, whatever it is. This could be something in terms of health, wellness. It could be a project you're working on. It could be something emotional for you that is in a healing process and just needs more love. So the purpose is to transmute the energy, to uplift it, to expand it. And you can do that with frequency. So we often use crystal bowls, tuning forks, Tibetan bowls. When I did this recently here on YouTube, I think Sam was using crochet hooks, which I thought was awesome. So with all that in mind, Janet and I wanted to share the rune with you so you can have a peek at it, pause the video, use your crystal bowls, Tibetan bowls, use your fingers on a table, drum out some sort of new frequency for yourself, and bring whatever requires an upgrade for you into transmutation. So here's the rune symbol. I wasn't able to print it, so it's on my iPad right now. And I hope you can see that really well. Okay, there you have it. So we put our heads and our hearts together and created that. So I do hope you enjoy it and that you're able to bring some transmutation to some things that need upgrading in your world. Okay, let's move into the reading itself. Lightseer's Tarot. We have 2 cards from the bottom of the deck. And our first is 6 of Swords. Good. Movement, momentum. And, you know, the traditional meaning of this card is that we are moving from challenging circumstances to more favorable circumstances. Maybe upgrading some energy. Pouring some pure, raw, expanded love on something that needs it. Right? It could be that. Actually, I like the card more for its movement, for its momentum. And let's see what it's connected to. The 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. The Master at Work. This is an excellent card. You know, in traditional tarot decks, we see someone carving something into stone, or rather bringing the beauty of the stone out through a carving, right? And here we are weaving. We're weaving energies together. Beautiful. So we have momentum for that. It's the Master at Work. This is something that we, are not a novice with. So take this where it's relevant to you in your world. And, you know, where are you moving into more favorable circumstances with your own mastery? Next card, King of Cups. Mr. Intuition himself. You know, he and the Queen both, they are emotionally awake, aware, alert, and intimate. and they have very little care for the material world. And you know, he's there dreaming a new dream. He's intuiting a new dream, and he's going to bring that to life in some way. So this is sometimes what a master at work looks like. Stillness, meditation, contemplation, and it is making our thoughts become things. You can see it here in the suit of swords. Swords are all about thoughts and words, how we speak on our thoughts, the words we choose. And here you have the realm of intuition here with the King of Cups. And then you have the master at work here at the tapestry. It's beautiful. So this is momentum and movement for our thoughts becoming things, which is all about manifestation. So it's a continued message for us that we have available to us, a very rich and ripe field of manifestation energy in which to dance in, play in, right? Next card, the moon. Well, that is the intuition card in tarot all by itself. There's alchemy on the card. I remind you of this so often because it's borrowed light of the sun. And this is, again, an opportunity to see things differently. And we go into meditation for just that sort of thing to occur, don't we? When we relax the mind, when we relax the thoughts, and things become still and more quiet, we sense, hear, feel, know, perceive in a much deeper way. And that's what the moon is offering us here in the reading alongside the King of Cups. So today is a big feeling type of day, and then it is according to the cards, and then it is a consideration for joining those feelings with the momentum of this beautiful manifestation energy on offer to us, weaving ourselves into that. Next card is the Three of Wands. This is so perfect. These cards are going together so nicely. So the Three of Wands are seeds planted, and now you are in excited anticipation for the harvest. And again, the King of Cups. Sometimes that's what excited anticipation looks like. And there is a feeling here of not knowing, the unknown. It's on the moon card, and there's contrast, there is enlightenment, there is momentum, there is absolute inspiration and excited anticipation here, because now we have to be in alignment for the return of the energy that we've put out in the seed thoughts that we've planted. Six of Swords. And they're on their way, the Eight of Cups. More movement. All eights in tarot are about momentum and movement. So there's an air of mystery to the cards today. There's also a very grounded, practical message in that we've taken steps and we've headed off in a direction. We've got great momentum. We're in a flow, though we don't exactly have the full vision for how that flow is going to unfold on the return. So the Eight of Cups is also a card of moving from good circumstances to even better circumstances. So you can see that as you step through the portal of the wands here, you take the inspired creative fire with you and you walk on with it. And where are you going? Excuse me. First two. This is lovely. The Page of Swords. And look, she's full of bright ideas, isn't she? Yeah. And she's on a journey. She's traversing a small chasm there, right? But it's a very thin little bridge. It's a very fine line, isn't it? So again, Suit of Swords, our thoughts. And the pages in tarot are messengers. They bring messages to us. I consider them to be little scouts. You know, they go out and they collect the data and then they come back with the data. And here we are doing that on the 6, doing that on the 8, now doing it here with the page. There's also more of the unknown here in the Page of Swords, in that while we have plenty of mastery, Three of Pentacles, we find ourselves in unfamiliar territory where we don't have experience. But that's where you bring your mastery, right? So where are we going here? Seven of Pentacles. Look at this. Is so perfect. This card. This is like pulling one from the universe has your back and it summarizes the whole reading. The Seven of Pentacles. He can only see what's here. I was just saying to you, this is all about the seeds we've planted, and there's a bit of the unknown. There's a lot we don't know yet. And look at everything that's happening underground. Look at that root system. Look at all that beautiful energy there. This is the stuff we don't see, but we hold faith as we take a look at this little sprout. That's what a master does. The master knows that this will grow into something mighty and fine and wonderful. So this is a... I almost swore. This is a ton of manifestation energy in motion. Yeah, lots of momentum working to our benefit. And this is our love right here. As we gaze at that little sprout, we're just going to pour all of our loving thoughts and feelings on it. We're going to transmute the energy. Wow, this all goes really well with the rune that I showed you here at the beginning of the video. The Seven of Pentacles is fruit on the vine. And it's appreciation and it's gratitude. Excuse me. Sevens in tarot, heaven touching earth within us. That's happening here. And we stay in a state of grace. We stay or remain in faith for what it is we're creating. Masterfully, out of the unknown. That's so great. Okay, angel answers. Oh, and the Seven of Pentacles, you know, it does have a message of waiting, like frustrated waiting. So we move into the flow of allowing rather than frustrated waiting. So bring your love right here. You can see this little sprout. You know, look what it contains. Look what it will eventually blossom. The same can be said for what you're holding in your heart for manifestation, creation, what you're bringing to life, what you are fated and destined to contribute to the world, humanity. Percolating. Angel answers, questions, confirmations, inquiries. And I've had more than one thing happen in this past week as a result, or in light of, or not because of. How do I want to phrase that? I'll just say I can confirm that the field of manifestation is rich and ripe and flowing so beautifully, because not only was that rune produced last week, but I have creative fire for another project. So those messages were very, very strong, and they are available. That energy is available to all of us. So it's exciting to share that information with you, give you some feedback of the messages that we receive and how they do produce results. Okay. Confirmations, questions, inquiries, fresh messages, angel answers. What would you like to share with us? I love seeing the trust card in repetition. It is a reminder to you to trust yourself. And if you can look at this card just a little more succinctly, look at all this beautiful light, right? And here's this person, the master, right? Our King of Cups in meditation. And here's kind of the higher self right there above. And this angelic energy channeling to you. Trust this. Trust yourself to recognize, perceive, and act on this if necessary. Next. Another timing card in the near future. So if some of you have asked a timing question, there it is, in the near future. When will this all come together? In the near future. Well, that's good, because the other project I have in mind is rather lengthy. Okay. Next card. Take action, absolutely. That means there is an action to take. And it may be this right here. It may be meditation, contemplation. Although I feel there's much more movement to it, actually, with our 6 and our 8 in the reading. There's some journey to be taken. So take the first step and see what happens, because, oh, I'll give you one guess. There are big, happy changes afoot. Yeah, because it's our happy that made the big changes. Beautiful. I have to say it every time. It's just so cheerful. All right, affirmation from the universe has your back. The moment I embrace my peace within and surrender, the moment I embrace my peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work. Yeah, and you can see it here, can't you? That's what that looks like. Perfect. This deck does it again for us. All right, spirit animal for the day. Sawyer's Nature Portals. What do we have? Beautiful. One of my favorite birds besides the chickadee. The cardinal. I think there's a message on this one that everything you do is important. So check that out. Let Cardinal Spirit speak to you. Have a beautiful Monday. Go transmute some energy. Upgrade a frequency for something that needs upgrading. Have a great time doing that. Peace, love, blessings, joy, happiness. Namaste.